Welcome between these hallowed hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, home to the Georgia Bulldogs. They've had a little chicken, they've had a little drink, and friends, it's time once again to let the big dogs eat. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. As we'll see, the Kentucky Wildcats taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. He'll bring it out. It's Kamara. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy they can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to do that. It makes it easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Coming after him. Working that left side now. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Great job by the running back here on that third down catch. There was no wasted movement. As soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned around and he got upfield. That's what you got to do. You got to be decisive on these third down type plays to move the sticks.
Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small game, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
As a play caller, you love to see your guys getting into a rhythm early in the game, right? Third down, you dial up the slant. It's a good route, a good throw. This offense is off to a nice start.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. And here comes the offense on second down. Finds his tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They're about to snap it for the 10th time on this opening drive, but they need a conversion to keep the drive alive on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Georgia lining up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. So Kentucky's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day.
Encroachment. Defense.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the Oaks. These guys in a much better position after that penalty on the D. Now it's 2nd and 7. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Just a short pass to the tight end. Tackled after picking up the 1st down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the 1st down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
And the Dogs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia! Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
The give out of the gun. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the 1st quarter. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the Wildcats get it past the sticks.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Leaves it with the back. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
To the ground with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered on.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
The Dogs will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He finds a soft spot in the middle. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He's got his man, makes the grab. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, and they get the ball back, but that's just going to make it much tougher on this drive. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a 2nd look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming. Lets it fly deep downfield. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go?
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. This time it's complete. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. It's a 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Quarterback empties his backfield. Wants to fire on second down. Looking to scramble. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Cincinnati has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe inside Nippert Stadium. They're up by 11 over Oregon State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Firing to the right, complete. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Ripped off a chunk on the opening play of this drive. Now it's first down from the 48. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Fought a little time, lets it go. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to pass on 2nd down. It's complete. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Looking to throw for it. Lets it fly. And he's got it. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The give to the lone running back. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. But they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think that if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself.
Afterburners coming. Touchdown, Kentucky. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off. But when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. To the air on first down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing 2nd and long from the 19. He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Georgia sent out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. And now the offense will come onto the field again. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Here's the handoff. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Looking for a man. It's Humphreys. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Wildcats are marching down the field. Trying to find his man on first down. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the... Not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
Looking left. Wide open downfield. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? One play in this drive and already out to the 41. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 10. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and goal. Touchdown Bulldogs! They take the lead with the 6.
This offense is high octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see what he can do with the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win in David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
This time it's complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And a nice job by the offense picking up the blitz, understanding that extra guy was coming, and creating just a little bit of a hole for that running back to slither through and get some positive yards.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create some.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Running back searching for a hole. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Moving out of the pocket. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Quick strike complete. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got the quick pass.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating a loss on 1st down.
Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. 2nd and goal for this offense. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Pressure coming. Looking to buy time. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And that don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Makes the grab, and there's room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. He's going to pass. Unloads it left. Complete downfield. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Now from inside the red zone. Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. On this first and goal, let's see what Kentucky does. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. Third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way. First down here for the offense. The handoff, keep working on that clock. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Shakes off the tackle. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They'll try to power their way ahead. The Bulldogs will move the sticks with the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The give on the counter. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. A first down for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Completes it in the middle.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
He'll throw it. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
This defense is heating up. They got an interception in the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
Trying to beat the D deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. They're throwing for it on 4th down. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Keeps the play going. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. On the run, fires downfield. Tight end getting vertical. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback knew he was in that pocket too long, but nowhere to go with the ball, and he takes the sack. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late. One more play to pad the stats. On 4th down, going to the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. The completion well past the sticks. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Winning